Hey you folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play European Universalis 4 as Sweden. Now, we are a technologically backwards kind of Sweden, of course. Our tech level is only 6 compared to Muscovy, who is a 9, which is kind of crazy. In fact, there's a whole lot of 9s all over the place. So, in this episode, I think we're mostly going to be hunkering down. We're currently annexing Norway, which is great. Our manpower is actually in fantastic shape. The only problem is we don't really have the technology to fight a real war. Luckily, our vassals are slightly more advanced. It does kind of suck that we're going to soak in Norway and lose some Tech 8 troops. But we should be able to catch up relatively soon. When am I going to be able to change this? Okay, not for another 14 years. But we might want to go and put military focus when we can. I don't want to lose stability. I don't mind increased recruitment time since I am at my absolute army force limit anyway. Naval force limit, I was short 1, so I decided to build another bark over here. Ineffective missionaries expired. Okay, great. In terms of rebellion stats, if we take a look at the local autonomy screen, we can check to see everywhere it's got unrest, and everywhere that's got unrest above 0, no, which is none right now, but anywhere that had it was already increased local autonomy. Lost an admiral. We can add another military leader, and we may or may not want to do that. I think I'm going to hold off for now. That's okay. We have a lot of money for buildings. I'm just going to save up and build an embassy. Just for the extra diplomat, which is going to be really huge. There's something to be said about even taking out a quick little loan to get it done, but we're going to be, well, right there. I could put it in Stockholm, but here's the thing. There's nothing that has to do... The placement of the embassy doesn't actually matter, excuse me, in any way whatsoever. So I'm going to avoid putting it in Stockholm just because I might want another big building there later. So I'm just going to put it in, I don't know, Västerbotten or something like that. Relatively safe, you know, good inland, but... not a high priority province, got a tax base of 1, so that's going to be okay. Taking a look at the autonomy screen. Anywhere that's got high autonomy, it would be nice. I really wish this screen would tell you what the actual baseline resistance is of unrest. See, we could probably afford to go and drop the autonomy, but it would be better if it was a little bit lower than that, so I'll wait. We've been rivaled by Sweden, which is not, or by England, which is not surprising. There's also a military coalition, which is not terribly surprising. Are we embargoing? Yes, we are embargoing our rivals. We have quite a few enemies. If we take a look at the coalition map mode, right now it's just England. And if you look at the color coding, it looks like no one else is likely to join in, which is good. I suspect that we will actually focus on taking more of England. I think that that's a really, really sweet target for us. I really don't want to rush into going into Germany, just because as soon as you start taking any of this, it becomes really problematic. Yeah, stopping Germany and weakening them is good, but that's okay. I would like to probably keep going west at this point. I suspect Livonian Order would be a great target, especially Riga, because Riga is the Daugava estuary, which is worth more trade power. It would be really nice to get more influence in the Baltic Sea trade node. Having a little bit of influence in the Novgorodian trade node is actually really nice. We might build some trade buildings. I will go ahead... that's a good question. I don't need gold immediately, and having more stability means more tax income, so I'll go ahead and do that. Seriously, we're getting attrition there? Well, probably a winter thing. What I'm going to do is just pull a few troops out of there and move it to Neva. Neva, being on the Gulf of Finland, should have a higher supply base, 26 versus 17. Yeah, there you go. So we'll do something like that. I'm keeping my troops here just to help bring down the revolt risk, or the unrest, I should say. Let's move everyone into this sea over here. And then we'll merge them up. And I don't know what sea they were working on, but it's a good opportunity to take a look at our trade nodes. Yeah, we only have 14% trade power in the Baltic Sea, which is not great. Where's our merchants? We've got here and here. Currently, we're auto-collecting in the Baltic Sea because our capital is here. So, yeah, we'll definitely want more Baltic Sea trade power, because we don't want it flowing out to Lubeck. And if we're pulling trade into here, we certainly want to increase our collection rate. Just gotta wait for the ships to register. Come on. Come on. You can do it. There we go. Went from 3 to 6.8. So ships are doing a half-decent job over there. Trying to keep that in, but we really could use a lot more trade power. I'm going to avoid building any buildings for now, though. Buildings, other than maybe armories, but right now I really do have to tech up pretty quickly. Building are the sort of thing I like to do when I'm ahead on tech. Because then, you know, it's a good time to spend the points, but we'll have to see. Good, we got some more conversions. Now, religious unity is over 100% thanks to our humanist ideas. Our next idea will be probably a diplomatic idea. I think we're going to go with trade. We could go maritime for more military power at sea. And honestly, having some naval control is nice. Maritime ideas don't help your trade ships, like, you don't make you more powerful at trade, but they do make your light ships 10% more effective. And since we'll probably have a fleet that is like 100% trade 100% light ship, then that'll probably be useful. But yeah, they're not bad. They are not bad. But trade would also be very good, probably. I mean, I know I said I'm not going to do a crazy trade thing, and I'm not, but it would be helpful. And then finally, diplomatic ideas. There's a lot of really, really good stuff in Diplo ideas that we can use for various purposes. The extra diplomat is not bad. Although, well, going from 2 to 3 is huge. Going from 3 to 4 is often less critical. The +1 relations is kind of nice, and then the other modifiers as well. So we'll see how it goes. Right now, we're going to keep kind of doing nothing. I don't like sitting at maxed out manpower. It makes me feel unhappy. But I think it would be stupid to go to war right now. And frankly, if we were going to a war, we want to make sure that we had... +1 diplomats. How come we didn't get our diplomat? We finished our embassy. There we go. It just takes a while to kick in. So, we are still annexing Norway. And if we take a look at the time there, we've got the +3. Still going to take another 6 years to do that. And then we are also improving relations in Scotland, who is one of our vassals. I suspect we're almost near cap with Denmark, but I'll go ahead and top them off once more. I'm really hoping that they break out of this hostile state, and they may not. Meanwhile, what are we going to do? We don't have any... Oh, no, we do have an ally. Lithuania. Okay, and we have a really good relationship with them. Yeah, +200. Is there any chance we might just be able to Diplo vassalize Riga? They don't have the right... Like, they're monastic states, so they can't get married, which makes it harder to build up a relationship. But they want Gotland, but they're not willing to take a negative hit with that. Interesting. And they would do it if we could get +190. The problem is... Getting to +190, we'll get some from Alliance, we can max out a relationship, we can bribe them a bit. I don't know. And they're partnered with the Livonian Order. I think we'll probably just go and conquer them. Speaking of the Livonian Order, what are you partnered with? Riga and Muscovy. Interesting. We get another idea. I think I'm going to hold off on the military ideas for now. We're going to wait until we can actually tech up, especially to get a cannon. We are, like, apocalyptically behind. Right, we're going to wait until we finish improving what relations we do, but we'll probably start fabricating some claims over here. I mean, maybe we've already got some. No. Allied to Muscovy. Interesting. Yeah, we're going to have to see how that goes. I would really like to grab this coast, and I would also like to attack England a little bit. It's going to be tricky. They're powerful. We'll have to wait until they're in some sort of war. They've got a big, powerful navy. On the other hand, I can dump a bunch of troops there ahead of time. What kind of force do they actually have right now? They should have quite a bit. They currently have 41,000 troops, and they have 35,000 manpower. And that's maybe not even their cap, so... And once the war starts, it will be hard for us to reinforce over there. It really sucks that they've got... They were able... Well, no, it's actually good they took Ulster, I think, from Scotland, because otherwise I probably wouldn't be able to vassalize them in a war. It'll be really interesting to see exactly how this goes. France, how do you feel about me? You actually like me quite a bit, but if I recall correctly, you had too many allies? No. Hang on. Stop improve relations. Let's get an alliance with France. This is good. That's even... Oh, yeah. Maybe there was a reason I didn't want to do that. But, no, I'm pretty sure we want an alliance with France. Because now, all of a sudden, everything changes. Maybe we go to war against Germany. Maybe we do this. Maybe we do that. Certainly, it would be... Oh, a Regency Council. Interesting. Very interesting. Someone might declare war on France and bring us in a way that we like. But yeah, no one is likely to attack us. I mean, maybe Russia won't be worried about it because France probably wouldn't join in if Muscovy attacked us because it's quite far away. I don't know, though. I guess it's a defensive call to arm. I guess they don't really... They'll get asked no matter what. They might not join, but that's pretty unusual. I don't care that Muscovy hates me. I certainly don't want to spend any Diplo power on that. Did we finish our human studies? We did, yeah. So then we get further cheaper ideas. But again, I'm not going to rush through this. I definitely want to get to tech level 7 for the cannons, if nothing else. Plus, we're getting a pretty deep discount over here from the 20%, but actually slightly more than that because we do have some ideas as well. Although we have that increase narrow-minded, which kind of sucks. When does that go away? 3 more years. We could actually just wait for that. Unless someone declares on us. We could just wait 3 more years before we go and pick up any tech, because we're not going to be capped on our military power by then. Or are we? Yeah, we might be. We should probably get cannons right away and build a few. Actually, what's going to be kind of annoying is the fact that I'm currently at my force limit. And I don't have room for cannons. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the scythe. There's no reason for us to save administrative points. And if we take a look at our... because it's production efficiency. Right now, in terms of production, we're making 10.6 ducats per month. So if we pop that up, we may have to wait until the end of the month for the numbers to change. No, 13.47. So right away, it's like an extra 3 gold a month just from picking that up. Wow, we can gain another stability? Yeah, go for it. Plus 3 stability. Go money. Go lots of things. All right. Right, and then there's this. To make cheaper stability costs, but lose our national tax. Yeah, that one's not very tempting. Conversion, papal influence, which we were still saving with the hope that we'll be able to raise our legitimacy if our, when we die. Because again, our heir, John Spare, or Spar, is really quite weak. But other than that, I mean, I'm not going to complain about having a 433 heir at all. And again, when did we change this? Oh, yeah. 11 more years. So it's going to be a period of peace for Sweden. Mostly because of our technological backwardness. They have a lot of allies. I wonder, though, if we did declare war, who would jump in? We've got Lithuania. That provides a buffer against Poland and the Livonian Order. They've got quite a few troops. Is Poland currently in a war? No. We may jump on Russia if they get in a war with someone, despite our tech differential. Although, having cannons is going to go a long way towards improving that. Okay, let's take a look. So, we are still at our force limit, but obviously we're going to want to disband a few things here and there. Oh, and you know what? I just realized, because our army maintenance is literally 0, there's no reinforcements going on. So, 3. I don't think I'm going to disband any cavalry. Now, they're not great cannons, but they're pretty good. I'm going to disband 4 infantry for now, and then build 4 cannons. Like so. And call that a good start. We have a lot of manpower, though. We can really afford to do quite a bit of a swap over. So that'll be... yeah, we can afford a few more cannons than that. I really wish they, disbanding units did put them back into the manpower pool. It's a very Victoria 2 thing to do. Although here it doesn't really matter because we're already capped. So that'll bring us up to 29. So 3 more cannons. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 71% done annexing Norway. Which, you know, how important is it to annex versus having a vassal? I'm not sure. Now they're going to get pissed when I annex things. Yeah, revoked march status. That's going to be there for a while. And then they'll be a bit pissed because we annex something, and we'll also lose some of our diplomatic reputation. But that's okay. So we're not going to be following up on Denmark right away because of lots of reasons. Because we've annexed Norway, we're not going to be able to annex Denmark just because of the diplomatic reputation. So the fact that we still have about 20 years of revoked march status going on is not really a problem because we're kind of have to wait anyway. Scotland, we're still sucking up to. Everything is groovy over there. Was at war, broke alliance. Yeah, no kidding. Broke alliance so that we could go and conquer them. But hey, you got to do these things sometimes. Lots of French army over here. I'm really tempted. We're going to have to keep an eye on Austria. Do we have them marked as a... Yeah, we do. Why can't I click on Austria here to mark them as a country of interest? There's like no way to do it from this screen, which drives me crazy. You have to like find a small shield, and then you can right-click on it and flag it. I don't know why that's like that. If anyone knows, do be sure to let me know. All right, we could potentially boost up the speed a little bit, but I don't know. So these two, let's go ahead and throw them in this stack. All right, let's go to speed 4. Okay. Move them into here, merge them into there. So we don't have a ton of cannons, and artillery does win wars. I mean, you got to make sure you have enough of a front line so that it doesn't instantly collapse. I think I'll probably freeze it there. We're at our force limit, yeah. Although if we did go to a war, I have enough money and enough manpower that I could really afford to go above my force limit if something came up, but we're not going to do that quite yet. Of course, we'll be a fair bit over our force limit, I believe, once we integrate Norway. Obviously, we will our force limit will go up, but it's not going to go up as much as Norway has troops. Not they have a ton of troops, but they also are not going to give us that much more force limit. Still, not going to complain about it. Religious civil disorder. Eradicate the heretics. Right, so if we go and take a look at the religious map mode, we do have the the Protestant Reformation happening here. We've actually got a couple of centers of Protestant stuff, and and then it's expanding over here, and quite a bit going on in England. It hasn't spread into Scandinavia over here yet. We're gonna have to see what happens. I suspect we might get an event and we might turn Protestant, but we'll see how it goes. We'll just play it by ear. Legitimacy. So we only need 7 more papal influence to be able to boost our legitimacy. And we will get that just from doing conversions. So our heir, I mean, it's only +10. It's not huge, but I'll take it anyway. What's our current mission? Oh, integrating Norway. Great, which is going to give us another prestige. Well, we're already at +3 prestige, as it just happens. Although maybe we'll get an event that'll drop it before then. In any case, I'm not going to complain. Prestige is still fine. We're going to take this event over here because it costs 75 admin to drop your influence, or your inflation by 2. So 50 for 0.5 is fine. Compromise spy defense doesn't matter. Protestantism entrenched in fewer people who observe Lent. Demand for fish is plummeting. Oh, all right. It's an economic thing. Fair enough. So, how old is he? He's 11. Okay. There we go. We got some more conversions. Let's go over here. Convert the Orthodoxy. Because why not? Because we can. Austria is at peace. Everyone's at peace. Kind of annoying, actually. Oh, well. It's a good thing we have a half-decent leader, and we're getting points. It would be very annoying if we were just sort of stuck in this peace status because of our technology and we weren't teching up fast enough. But we're not doing too badly. We actually are making enough of a profit. Could we go for a higher level military guy? I think so. I think we're going to do that. Oh, I'm going to gain 33 permanent manpower somewhere? Let's do that. Let's absolutely do that. And you know what? I'm quite happy about this expense. I'm going to keep the inflation reduction guy. The spy offense guy doesn't really matter. Oh, better relations over time. Yes, we want another one of those. We can recall our diplomat with Poland, which will free one up. So by having the better relations over time, the amount of burn-off from the revoked March status goes up, which is really good. Which is what we're looking for. Extra diplomat. Keep sucking up to Lithuania, and they're pretty happy. Currently working on France. Oh, let's go ahead and fabricate. Oh, offer alliance with the Livonians. That's interesting. Doesn't make much sense, though, because it's almost certainly going to break things. Lithuania is allied with Riga, which is kind of annoying. They hate Muscovy, the Ottomans, and Crimea. Nice if they hated the Livonians. No, I think if anything, we're going to go ahead and fabricate some claims on them. Starting with Narva. You can fabricate along their entire coast because we've got all these shared sea zones. Integration is a slow process. There we go. Norway. Culture exceptions. We're accepting Norwegian. Defended Norway. Alright, what's our next mission? Fortify Karelia. Oh, I like those missions. So, Karelia is right here. So that's a mission to build a Earth Rampart, which will give us some free military points, and Earth Ramparts are not bad. Okay, force limit. We are currently at 39 of 36. That's despite the fact that we have the increased force limit guy, which is kind of annoying. I'll disband you. And then 2 more. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get rid of a couple more of these longbows. There we go. And that'll be fine. What about our naval force limit? Oh, no, we're actually down by 1. Interesting. Cog and Cog, you guys can go to Skåne and join the Mothballed Fleet. Meanwhile, we will go ahead and build 1 more bark. Okay. Tech level 7. We're still pretty far behind in military. 15% discount. Well, it's not a 20% discount. I like the discounts, but at the same time, I like that we have less of a discount because we're less far behind. Level 8 is a really nice level with lots of good stuff, including military tactics, which is always one of the most important things to pick up when you've got a chance. Also, it unlocks the march, which we'll probably want to build as quickly as possible. One of the big questions will be, where do we build the march? Because you want to build it somewhere where it'll last. But it has to be boarding an enemy. And if you stop boarding an enemy, I think the march goes away. Well, not boarding an enemy, you just have to be boarding somewhere else. So Lithuania is probably going to be around for a while, so we may build it down there. We can make Catholics happier, or we can change something to Protestant. Now, I would very much like to take religious ideas and then use that to declare against infidels. You know what we're going to do? We actually are going to stay Catholic, and the reason for it is England is going to go Protestant, so then we can use our religious CB against England. Germany might go Protestant, and then we can use our religious CBs against them. And then over here it doesn't matter so much because they're going to be Orthodox and Sunni and stuff anyway. All right, let's go ahead and do the Bible translated things. We're not going to get any Protestantism in us. So, I mean, almost certainly we'll go religious ideas. It's just right now there's no targets. In fact, do we want to go religious as our next idea? That's an interesting question. Now, usually I like spreading them out. But we could go religious right away. The idea is to get Deus Vult. This is a great CB. And then you get other good stuff that is perfectly fine. But Deus Vult is fantastic. How's our actual cultural situation? Okay, everyone is accepted. Good. So we're not going to worry about converting them at this time. Recall diplomat. We've actually got another diplomat free. I should fabricate... No, I can't fabricate claims. Oh, because I don't actually have actual neighboring territory here. Are there any Scottish patriots? There are. It doesn't look like we'd be able to do anything with them, though. What are we going to do? Fabricate some claims on Muscovy? Perhaps. They still hate me. Well, we may as well have some ready to go. Makes the cost of taking things into war a little bit cheaper. Go ahead and get a claim on Novgorod, because it's a relatively expensive province. Those are the ones you tend to want to focus, because you get more bang for your buck there. We may as well take this. The boost to morale is pretty good. Okay. Fortified Karelia, and our king died. And we've got an heir that's 245. Good. All right. I'm not going to complain about the military tech. We need a new mission. We can prove legitimacy. We need 100 for that. It gives us 25 points. We're a million miles away from being able to complete that. Become a papal controller. Maybe. Crush Muscovy. Start a war, instantly get 5 prestige. Interesting. Well, 100 legitimacy is a very, very, very far away. Papal controller is not really in the books right now because we're going to be spending our influence somewhere else. I'll take the crush mushkery. Ermergerd. Gershbrums. God is with Johann. So we're going to get some rebels. So before I forget, because I always forget, I'm going to go ahead and start off by doing that. Then we got to figure out where the hell this province is. Religious disorder. New royal marriages. Yes, go ahead. Where is this? Oh, that's in, that's over here in Norway. All right, let's move a big stack over there. Or at least get our little stack out of the way, perhaps. Do something like that. We don't have any military leaders. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to recruit one. I'm not going to make my leader into one. Are we in a... No, we're not in a Regency Council or anything. We're 18 years old. Perfect. And our heir has a strong claim. Fantastic. We're going to go ahead and upset Muscovy. That's fine. England left the coalition against us. That's kind of sort of irrelevant. Did I build another trade ship? I did. Let's go and have these guys merge up here. I like having one big trade fleet because it makes them a little bit safer at times of war. You guys are supposed to merge up. Come on. Oh yeah, I can't merge a mothballed fleet to a non-mothballed fleet. I always forget that. So we're going to grab those two, we're going to merge them together, and then we're going to re-mothball those guys. Golden era for culture. Nice. Cool, because I wasn't capped on prestige. All right, let's go ahead and trigger that now. It's fine. Ideally, we would have been in position first, because the advantage of that is the rebels attack you, and then they get the train penalty. But it was probably... I guess I really just could have waited. It's fine. Sure. I don't know if you're fighting, but I'll give you military access, because I'm cool like that. All right, so things continue to be good. What's our manpower limit? Well, we're at it. We're going to take a little bit of damage over here, but that's going to be fine. We got some cannons now, finally. Not tons, but some. Oh, you're not actually dead, really? I have to go and squish them. A little bit of unrest. It doesn't help that we have low legitimacy. In fact, that's probably what's causing it. How close are we to finishing a conversion? Because that may give us enough points to finish the job. I'll go ahead and leave those troops there. You guys merge up and work the Baltic Sea. Currently losing money. Oh, we are on full maintenance, though, so we can go ahead and drop that. Again, we'll leave it just shy of the bottom, just to make sure that anyone who is missing a little bit gets reinforced. It's not bad. Scotland, meanwhile, is having a hell of a hard time. So let's go ahead and help them out. We have to unmothball this fleet, which allows them to be an automatic transport again. Let's go ahead and, yes, auto-transport my troops over there. Although it'll probably do the same thing it was doing before, where it'll just leave... It'll stop in the Firth of Forth, which is my favorite sea zone in the entire game. Yeah, like, it doesn't... That's interesting. They don't actually dock. It works, but not in the way that I would like. The way I would like is if they dock, that way it picks it up a lot faster. And then here, again, they would stop in the Firth of Forth and then slowly unlock drop off troops. Whereas we can actually just dock, and then we're in much better shape. Alright, let's go and... maybe we should put up our army maintenance before we attack these guys. How about that? Does that sound good to you? Sounds pretty good to me. We got the manpower to spare, so we may as well do it. Actually, we might want to leave an army here in Great Britain, because if England does decide to attack, we might not be able to ferry any troops over in response. Although, that is one of the things I keep forgetting. England is leaving some troops in Ireland, which might be a little bit easier to catch them with their pants down. Meanwhile, how far are we from maybe... Let's go ahead and improve relations. Oh, we're basically capped. We've got to wait for some things to go away. Let's say, how far are we from being able to annex this? Okay, I think it's been 10 years, so I think we can basically do it any time. Just going to wait until the 30th of November so that I get another morale tick, and then we're going to move them into the Highlands. There you go. Really? You're not going to finish your siege? Well, I appreciate your support, I guess. Especially if your rebels are slightly higher tech than me, which is entirely possible. Oh, we got the river crossing. Do we not have any maneuver? No, we don't. Oh, okay, that's too bad. And we actually would have needed 2 maneuver to not get the river crossing. Recall that diplomat. We have everyone that's currently free and available. So what do we do? Put in some claims across the sea? Might not be a bad idea. Just take little tiny nibbles at Germany. Actually, The Hansa would be even better. Well, no reason we can't do both. Taking Lübeck? Do you know how amazing that would be? Very. That's how amazing. Do I want to spend it now? I could wait until next January and lose the 5% penalty. But the sooner we... Well, it doesn't really matter, actually. We're ahead of time. We get the ahead of time bonus. Let's wait until January to take it. I don't think there's any need to rush into the next idea. And especially if I'm taking religious, then it's going to be that much more important to save up a few points of administrative power from time to time. All right, so yeah, we'll leave these guys here. That'll be fine. I'm going to leave my ships unmothballed for now, which is going to be okay, right? That's pop-up. Okay, well, you know, we're in a relatively good state. Sweden, the name Sweden's gotten a little bit bigger. We're still going to have to wait until Denmark stops being a big jerk face to us. They're currently grateful. What are they grateful about? Oh, probably the event, the Catholic event that gave +20 with a bunch of people. Okay. So yeah, the revoked march status is currently going away at 6.2 per year. So it'll take a little over 10 years for us to make that go away. I'm really hoping that at that point, or before then even, they stop being hostile towards us, because then we can Royal Marry them, which will easily put us over the 190 that we need. That being said, we still need to wait for the annex subject to go away, which is going to be the 1524, at which point... because if we start annexing them now, we probably won't make any progress whatsoever, because negative diplomatic reputation, which we have, impacts the ability to annex subjects. It makes it slower, and at -3, it would basically not go at all. Also sucks that we have poor legitimacy, but we don't have quite enough papal influence to get that up yet. So we're going to put a cut in here. Hope you guys are still enjoying the series, and we'll see you guys next time.